Hi, folks. I hope you're well. This is a late one. It's nearly 12 now, nearly midnight. So, yeah, just a quick video. I'm doing this video because I've been listening to, again, the praise and worship. I do it most nights before going to bed. And does it help? No idea. Well, that's the point. We don't know. If we do it most nights, then how do we know if it helps? You need to stop doing it to know, to see if there's any difference. But no, I enjoy it. It's a good thing to do before bed. Yeah, so that's cool. It's a good thing to do. I do it quite a lot now. Actually, one thing I've noticed very recently, I've got very bored with the things that used to entertain me. YouTube. Very bored with YouTube now. Very, very bored. With most of the videos, they're just rubbish now. Daily dose of internet. I still think that's brilliant because it is. Some of the clips are absolutely fantastic. Just beautiful. And so that I like. I mean, some of those are brilliant. I watched the Tom Gilby White ones, and again, the one he did, I think one that was released today was brilliant. There was one bit in it where he was tasting the wine, and normally when he's smelling the wine, he gets quite excited about what he can smell. On this occasion, he was trying the wine and smelling it. He says, "Do you know what I get from that? Absolutely efful." And I was in stitches. Absolutely in stitches. I was laughing at, because for me, what do I get from reds? Smell wise, absolutely nothing. I can smell a red and it smells like every other red. I get nothing. I don't get any notes of strawberry or raspberry or blackcurrant or any of that at all. None of it. So it just made me laugh because normally, he talks up the wines, would just say he can't smell anything. This time he did that and that just cracked me up. So yeah, I like watching that. That's fine. He's sort of entertaining with that. But even things like movies and stuff like that, TV programs, no, I'm bored. I get bored so easy. I could be watching a movie that I've got. I can be watching it and then I just pause it and go and do something else because I just have no interest in it anymore. I just get bored. Whereas the praise and worship, I have that on, and when because I play solitaire before bed as well. I do that, and yeah. But again, tonight I'm listening to songs and I'm saying, oh, for goodness sake, why did they have to do that? And again, it's for King and Country. Yeah, that song, Kingdom Come and Your Will Be Done. When they get to the point where they say, and we need you, Jesus, straight away, your kingdom come, your will be done. And I'm thinking, why? Why did they have to do that? Immediately after saying the word Jesus, your kingdom come, your will be done. But that's not the way it should be. Clearly, Matthew 6 says that, 9 to 10. But the problem is this group tends to have this point where they're trying to please everyone all the time. Yeah, what have they done? What have they said in a song that would be controversial? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's all, just, it's like church, really. It's all good little Christian stuff, stuff that people would have no problem with. And again, I'm not saying that we should be controversial. No, not at all. But truth is controversial, especially when we have a church that's made everything about the Son. If there was a group now who was being accurate and telling the truth as it's written, that the Son of God says it's about Father, it's about the Father's will and ways. It's not the Son's, it's the Father's. That's what the Son said. When they were asked, how do we pray? That's what he said. Well, there you go. If that is what he said, then, well, yeah. That's the point, isn't it? Really, that's truth. When you then change that truth to make it pleasing to everyone, whether it's not, because anyone of God is going to notice that and just think, why did you do that? It's a blinking good song, and then you go and muck it up with that. It's and it's like the one where they're doing the what's it? World on Fire. Lovely, beautiful song. It is a lovely song. It is a lovely song. Really, really is a lovely song in many, many ways. But then I've seen them do interviews and saying, oh, it's about love. It's about that love exuding from us, all of us. What do you mean, all of us? Everyone in the world? Really? Listen to the words that God gave you. God gave those words to them. It's about being on fire for God. Yet in an interview to Taste of Country, the one that doesn't have the curly hair, the older one, was saying, oh no, it's about love. It's about, come on. Left-wing nonsense. Yeah. Oh, right now, there's this ugliness. They're trying to please everyone, and it's not God. In any way, shape, or form, that is not God. Yeah, again, the reason why I get disappointed is because this group is so close to being phenomenal, to having an incredible ministry. But they don't have an incredible ministry, and they will never have an incredible ministry because they're watering down truth in order to appeal to more people. Because look, if they were doing songs talking about relationship with God, talking about what the Lord's Prayer says, your kingdom come, whose? Father's. Your will be done. Right? Your kingdom, your will. Father's kingdom, Father's will. Not the will and kingdom of Yeshua or Father. If they were singing that, then there'd be a lot less people buying that stuff. Wouldn't they, really? Got these two puppies playing. Nutters. That's Jacob, which is there, and Terrible. And so, yeah. They're around about the same age. Nutters. There's little Jacob and there's Terrible running behind. Nutters. Anyway, yeah. So all of that is just, we are so close. That's the reality. We are so close with groups like that to having a group that is well. Well, again, when I hear Bob Marley, One Love, when I hear Delirious, I'm hearing stuff that's better. Stuff that's better than For King and Country. Stuff that's just, beautiful, pure, just lovely, just, a lot of the Delirious ones, beautiful. Especially Delirious, that song Deeper. He's talking about falling deeper in love. That's the word used, deeper in love. Not to love God more, but deeper in love with God. And that's accurate. The church says about, we're supposed to love God. No, you're supposed to be in love with God. The highest love that we can feel is supposed to be the love we feel for God, not for our husbands or wives. Because if you have that love, the highest love for a husband or wife, then that husband or wife is above God in your view, right? So therefore, the highest love we can have as humans is to be in love, right? That's how most humans understand it. The highest love we can have is to be in love. So therefore, we're supposed to be in love with God, not love God. We're supposed to be in love with God. It's supposed to be that relationship love. Everything you can have in the most wonderful, incredible relationship. that's just nonsense, non-sexual sort of thing. Yeah, but yeah, it's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be, the most amazing. You come into sonship with Father. And Delirious is talking more about that than for King and Country are. And although King and Country, again, they've spoken about a load of things, I know that God has given them songs. And in places, yeah. Well, Control is one that's important and God-given. Together, God-given. God is with us, God-given. God only knows, God-given. And so many more, God-given. And yet, yeah. You must have said, look, come on. If the pastor or the River Church said to me, and he did, that if God gave him words, but he knew that some of those words would offend people, he would change those words. He would change the message that God gave him to make sure it would be non-offensive. Well, if he would do that, would for King and Country do that? I think they would. I think they have. And I think that's such a shame. That's all I'm saying. It's just such a shame. Because we really do need... Well, right now, okay, Casting Crowns are basically finished. Third Day are basically finished. So, yeah. There needs to be a group to stand up and be the one now. Well, I thought it was for King and Country, and yet now, yeah. I'm realising that probably is not the case. It's not Delirious, because Delirious were the group. Not anymore, but they were. But they still would be if they were still, releasing stuff in the way that they were in the 90s. But I don't think they are. I don't know, there might be. I know that Martin Smith is still writing songs, so yeah, good for him. Because again, he was someone that God gave words to, a lot of words. Yeah. The song Majesty, yeah, that was definitely God given, yes. So there you go. I don't know who else is out there right now. I know Casting Crowns were, Third Day were, other ones were, but who's there now? You take care. God bless.